Hello and welcome back to my apartment for my final part of my story. I was happy with my husband and I rode home to my parents, reassuring them that everything was well. Henry appeared with me in public and looked the dutiful husband. A few days after our wedding, there was a celebratory tournament held at Greenwich. I enjoyed this very much, and I began to relax into my new role. A contemporary chronicler, Edward Hall, recorded the event. He described me as being apparelled in the English fashion, with a French hood, which so set forth her beauty and good visage that every creature rejoiced to behold her. Incidentally, at no time did Henry call me the Flanders Mare. That was Bishop Gilbert Burnet in the late 17th century, and it stuck. In my time, I was actually said to be prettier than Anne Boleyn. She will not like me saying that. I was a very shy person and not very outgoing, spending most of my time happily with my ladies, engaged in needlework, for which I was very accomplished. Two of my ladies in waiting were Bessie Blount and Catherine Howard. I got on very well with Catherine, who was bright and fun to be with. We often danced together, especially when Henry had gone to bed. I had grown very fond of dancing. I also enjoyed playing cards. I spent time playing cards with Henry, and our favourite game was called Scent. As time went on, I could see that Henry only had eyes for Catherine, and he was beginning to take very little notice of me. On the 24th of June, 1540, I was asked to live at Richmond Palace. Thomas Cromwell was going to once again influence my life. On July the 9th, my marriage was annulled, and this was confirmed by Parliament 3 days later. I had not wished to have happened to me what had befallen Henry's previous wives, so I agreed with the negotiations that had been on my behalf. Henry was very generous in my settlement, giving me several homes, such as Richmond Palace, Bletchingley, Hever, and Chelsea, with numerous other properties that I got rent from. He also allowed me to keep my royal jewels, plate and goods, for which I was very grateful for they helped me furnish my new properties. I was given the title of the King's sister, and I took precedence over all his subjects except the Queen and his children. Life was turning out to be a comfortable existence for me. I was often invited to events at court, which I loved, and this saw me spending a lot of time with Mary and Elizabeth, and we got on very well indeed. It was with great sadness that on Friday, the 28th of January, 1547, I learnt of the death of Henry at Whitehall Palace. Elizabeth came to stay with me for a while at Hever Castle after that awful business with Thomas Seymour. I was so excited to be given the esteemed privilege, along with Elizabeth, a place of honour at Mary's coronation. Oh, it was a beautiful day, and I shall never forget it. I lived the rest of my life quietly, mostly at Hever and at Chelsea. On the 16th of July, 1557, in Chelsea, I died after a short illness. I was given the full pomp and ceremony of a royal funeral, being buried at Westminster Abbey. I was the only one of Henry's wives to be buried there. A short while later, I was given a special requiem mass in my honour. I hope you have enjoyed hearing about my life. I was a true survivor, outliving Henry and his sixth wife, Catherine Parr. You will hear from her in good time. Until we meet again, it's goodbye from me, Anne of Cleves. Thank you for watching.